Hello and welcome to Roleplay Rejects, where we play new and unusual tabletop role-playing games. In Side Quest, we're taking a break from our longer stories to play just a few sessions of some very unique role-playing games out there. So sit back and enjoy.
Dude, our local game store.
Yep.
I totally walked in there a couple months ago and I was like, hey, I saw some silicone dice at a convention. Y'all should get silicone dice. And then they got them.
Shout out
Yeah,
to our local
so-
game store.
I don't know how I feel about silicone dice.
Damien
Dude,
hates silicone.
Misty and I love them. They're great.
They just don't have the oomph.
They don't, but they have a satisfying feel to them. It's like playing with an eraser.
Yes, I agree with that statement.
Okay, yeah.
Damien hates
But
erasers.
they're bouncy, though.
So
They are a little
erasers.
bouncy.
Erasers are also bouncy.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. But a lot of dice are bouncy.
yeah, but they're not like bouncy, you know?
Okay. All right.
Like
It's also-
they'll still like hit and then, you know.
But dude, for some like DM stealth rolls, like they're going down a passageway and you don't want to let them know, and you're like, okay, what's that?
But see, that's the thing is I would rather just instill the fear.
I think there's a mix. There's a middle
see,
ground here.
There's a time for each.
Mhm.
See, when we're playing scary games, I'm gonna have these silicone dice, and I'm gonna have some like hefty, like titanium, just bam.
Titanium is crazy.
You sure you want to go through that door? That's not him knocking. That's the dice rolling across the table. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
You know what?
And they're
I'm
just
sold.
easier.
Okay.
They're just easier to eat as well.
To
That's-
eat.
Oh, okay. All right.
Probably, right? It's
mean-
easier to eat an eraser than it is to eat whatever normal dice sets are made out of.
I guess that's a good point.
Okay.
Mm.
All right.
Are you heating them up first?
No, you freak. What?
Throw them in the microwave for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Not the metal dice, though.
It just becomes soup.
Well, if you want to do that with your metal dice, it'll just charge them.
Oh.
I can charge any battery. Listeners, if you haven't caught on by now, it's just the three of us tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're hanging out together.
Guys' night.
Guys night. We hate the other two members. I'm just kidding. We love them.
Yeah.
Better leave that in, but make it very clear that I'm joking.
Don't make it clear.
Yeah, clip out the part where I say, just kidding. I can't wait till we get popular enough where people clip what we say out of context.
That would be awesome.
It's going to be
That'll
really
be-
annoying.
It's going to be real annoying because we say some dumb
But that's
shit.
how I'll know we made it. When people start going, Wesley said this. And it's like a goofy thumbnail with some shit I did not say. It's like very clearly different audio bites clipped together to make it sound like I say something wild.
There's a dog like bobbing its head. in the
Yeah,
foreground.
yeah.
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Dude,
Love that dog.
all over Instagram. Check out our Instagram, everybody.
Mhm.
Hey, it's a good
Yeah.
time. And join us on Discord. That's where the real memes are shared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instagram's good, though. Thank you, Misty, for running the Instagram.
Yeah, because I don't have the patience or the knowledge.
Hey.
He's not a doctor.
There's some people, they're more Discord people. There's some people that are more Instagram people. There's Reddit people. They're weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're a Reddit person,
That-
you're a wild one. You're
Yeah, that's me.
wild.
I spend more time on Reddit than any other social media.
Yeah,
Well,
but do you
but there's a
post on
difference.
No, I don't
Yeah,
post anything.
exactly.
I am a lurker.
It's one thing
only.
to absorb content. It's another thing to put out content on Reddit. Like
Yes.
if you're a Redditor that posts, like
Yeah, that's kind of
no offense to any Redditors listening, but it's like you are you are a subclass of person that not subclass. I meant like in
No.
Wait,
Flip it.
let me elaborate. I meant
Okay,
like in
okay.
TCRPGs how you have different classes
Yes,
and different
yeah, okay.
subclasses is what I meant. Okay, let's
yeah.
no one clip that.
You're not a social media baron like default.
Exactly.
You are the subclass Redditor.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
And I am a different subclass because if I wanted to like make a Reddit account blow up, I would simply fail. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with Reddit that I like, though, is that it's less about the people and more about the ideas.
Yeah, that is
And
it.
so, like, if I want good information, I'm going to Reddit. If I
Mhm.
want to, like, kill an hour or two of time, I also go to Reddit. But,
you-
Instagram's pretty good.
Yeah,
for that.
Instagram, YouTube,
Right.
rabbit holes.
Yep.
Yeah, you just gotta
Dude.
you gotta be careful with
I
that,
went
though.
down I went down quite the YouTube rabbit hole today. Oh, what was her name? The YouTuber's name is The Morbid Zoo, and she reviews horror movies and then talks about like the psychology and like the and all sorts of stuff. And I started going down a rabbit hole, and then she went down a rabbit hole where she was like, I binged all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, so that's what I'm talking about today. And dude, apparently they're okay.
Yeah, Stevie binged them.
Oh yeah,
like a couple months ago.
all 5.
There's 5
I
of them.
think all 5.
Yeah,
I know at least
dude, there
the
was
first
one.
3.
They were like Salazar's Revenge, and I was like, what? I did not even know that was a movie.
That's a
like-
Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
Yeah, that's like
Salazar's
number 4 or 5.
Salazar's a really cool name.
Number 5. Yeah.
That's 5.
Yeah, because
dude.
that's the one where they have to go and try and find the trident to break all the curses of the sea.
Dude,
Yeah.
and I love that actor. The guy who plays Salazar.
Oh, he
is-
did really good.
He's one of
He
my
did really
favorite
well.
actors. He's also in oh man. Now I'm gonna have to look it up.
He's Googling.
Oh, I'm gonna go incognito mode because
He doesn't want Google to know he's Googling.
I don't want Google to know that
He likes pirates.
Yeah. Salazar's Revenge. This is just riveting stuff, I know. Okay. Salazar's Revenge, Wikipedia cast. Yeah. Javier Bardem. He is the main psychopath in No Country for Old Men. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh, dude, he is scary. He is like really scary. Very, very good actor. He was also the dad in Little Mermaid, the live action one. And,
he was, yeah.
And he is in Dune. He is the main Fremen. Man, my memory.
Oh,
is
yeah.
not
Okay,
good
I
today.
don't remember his name, but I remember him because, that whole scene where he walks in and then like spits on the
spits
ground.
on the table.
Yeah.
And then, Jason Momoa's like, we thank you for your water. And then
Yeah.
spits. Yeah. Yeah, that's him.
I still need to watch that movie.
It's so good,
Dude.
man.
I know. That one
Number
had-
2 is coming out soon.
I know.
Dude.
I will watch it soon.
We'll binge
TM.
them. We'll
binge them
We'll
both.
do an entire day where we watch the first one, then we watch the second one.
Would that take the day? Probably. Right?
Probably. Yeah, it's
I heard
like
they're pretty long.
2 or 3 hours each. So
Mhm. Ow.
we watch one in
Oh,
the
shit.
morning. We go get some lunch, and then we watch the second one.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy clap.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Elden Rings DLC. Have you seen the trailer for it yet?
No, but I know it exists. I need to watch it.
I'm stoked. I mean, I've seen on Reddit just a million different fan theories going on
Mhm.
about it.
What's it? Shadow of the Earth Tree?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So a lot of like the ghosty kind of stuff, similar to the Mountaintops of the Giants
Mhm.
around that area. Or the Consecrated Snowfield actually is more specific to it.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Such a fun game.
I'm excited. It's apparently going to be at least the size of Liurnia,
Mm.
which is already pretty big.
Mhm.
But someone looked up the actual data size of it, and I think Elden Ring in total was like 46 gigs, and this DLC is like 12.
Jeez.
So I think it's going to be pretty well packed.
Nice. I'm excited for it. There's a video I want. There's a video I want. Holy shit. There's this video I'm looking forward to watching. I follow this content creator. She does a lot of like Elden Ring lore videos. And so she has one analyzing the DLC trailer. So I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah.
Elden Ring's such a good game.
It really is.
Yeah. Elden Ring's got some deep lore too.
Yeah, it's got some. Yeah, a lot of the From Software games have pretty deep lore.
So again,
He
on
hates
Reddit,
Elden Ring.
I saw something that makes a lot of sense to me. I really do feel like I do feel like there's a lot of lore
Mhm.
already in the game, but I feel like a good portion of it just comes from fan theories. because they do all of their lore just based off of item descriptions. So like you beat a boss that's like, Leonin Misbegotten, and you're like, okay, cool, I guess. And you could just move on from there, not understanding anything.
yeah.
But then if you like look at a weapon description that you got from him or something, you'll just find out that, super tragic, sad life, something.
I would disagree when it with the statement that a lot of them are fan theories, because there is enough item descriptions that they do tell a story. Like it's very clear. Like at least when I consume like lore content for any From Software game, the line between what is concrete evidence and what is fan theory is like pretty clear. And like for the concrete evidence size, there is like a lot of stuff that you get just because one guy was like, I'll read everything. Yeah. and he blessed us
that's fair,
with videos.
Have you seen that guy that read every Skyrim book?
No.
Yeah, there's a
he
no
shit read.
He read every single
That's
one.
crazy.
And he reviews them. And he's like, all right, let's go from the lusty Argonian maid to, and like he just goes through them. He's like, and then there's the histories. They're not great. And
I want to find those.
Dude.
I need to watch those videos.
They're really good.
Some of them sound cool. Like some of them have really cool names.
Yeah.
And I don't read them.
Yeah. I'll always like pick them up like, ooh, I'll read this at some point.
Yeah. And in whatever house you have a giant list of books that you're never going to read. It's just like reading in real life.
Exactly. Dude, for every one book I read, I buy 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. But my library looks dope.
Yeah. Books on the bookshelf, baby.
Yeah.
Speaking of books on the bookshelf.
Speaking of books on the bookshelf, we got a micro book. It's
on our micro shelf.
Quarter of the size. It's called Slaying Dragons by Blackfisk Publishing. This game is a micro RPG about trust, hardship, consequences, and confronting one's shortcomings. So we're about to dive deep into our own psyche.
I am average height.
So this game, all that you really need is 2 to 4 players. It says that this should take about 5 hours.
Okay.
Whoa.
We'll see.
Okay.
Because it's us.
Yeah.
We need this booklet. We've already printed out a copy of the questions and consequences. A piece of paper for each player. This is going to serve as like your journal that you use.
Okay.
A pen or pencil, 6-sided die, some kind of turn marker. We'll be fine. We'll figure it out. And then traffic lights or another safety tool of our preference. I think if everyone's okay with it, we'll just kind of do an X and move on from there. So the first thing is I'm going to read a little bit of the introduction just so that then we can kind of understand what this game is all about.
Yeah.
So it is a game about metaphorically slaying your dragon. It's a game about trust, hardship, consequences, and confronting one's shortcomings. In this game, there is no doubt whether or not you'll succeed, because you will. So keep that in mind as we go through. You will make your way to the beast's lair. You will find hidden secrets within, and you will finally slay the dragon. Because we're not only metaphorically slaying a dragon, we are also like quite literally adventurers going to slay a dragon.
Nice.
Interesting. Dude, I'm reading a book right now about therapeutically applied RPGs.
I love that concept.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's by Dr. Kilmer. She was one of the panelists at PAX. Yeah, Dr. Elizabeth Kilmer and like her team wrote it. But I think she was the main force behind it. Like I definitely feel like her voice through the book. But dude, like RPGs are good for therapy. If you're a therapist, hey, think about it.
I mean, I think a lot of people kind of like
self-medicate,
self-medicate, and also like deal with things that they're just like unsure how to navigate in the real world.
Yes,
through their characters in TTRPGs, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Which is cool.
Yeah,
like every character has a little bit of yourself in it, whether you like that or not.
Yeah, and like it can just be even subconscious too. Like when you come across whatever random ass situation, and then you have like a strong reaction to it, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
that's.
I didn't know that was there.
Yep.
Sweet. So let's go ahead and get into this. So as part of setup, we are going to build our world. So there are a list of questions for the world, and we can just kind of make it up and riff as we go.
Okay.
And look at some of these questions. So who wants to ask the first one?
So who holds the power in the land? I think Atlas, the like Greek god that's holding up the earth. He is also the one that like gives power to the earth.
That's really funny.
Okay,
What?
okay, all right.
That's a
Okay.
good concept. He has a lot of books.
Oh, and that could be
Lots of maps too.
it'd be really interesting too if the atlas that we see is just a projection
Ooh.
because his actual body's busy holding up.
Yes. Okay. All right. He like projects. I like that.
Yes, I will ask the next question. What is the most recent technological invention?
I guess this is kind of like
The time period question.
time period and also magic question mark.
I don't know if I would consider magic question mark. Because I think you can have technology and magic in the same world.
I think so
Oh, yeah.
too, but
Shadowrun.
because looking at the rest of these questions, there isn't really a magic one.
yeah.
okay.
I don't know about you guys, but like
You
let's
feeling
go.
22?
I mean, we have Atlas, the god projection, but maybe the common man is
I mean, that could just be a myth.
magic exclusive. Oh, that could be a myth.
Y'all want to do low fantasy?
I'm
We are gonna slay a dragon. Though.
toying with a theory in my head
Okay.
about, because we haven't gotten to character creation yet, but it does involve a flaw. I was thinking of the most recent technological advancement was like the like if we're just starting to get into firearms, then I can be like a swordsman, and swordsmen are starting to get looked down upon because it's like, do we have guns now? What do we need a swordsman for?
So
Yeah.
most recent is gunpowder.
Like a musket? Yeah, gunpowder.
Okay.
If you guys are cool with that.
I like that.
That might just be because I'm still like, I might just be thinking of Blue Eye Samurai subconsciously. That show's so fucking good.
I still need to watch.
I know
it.
you do.
Highly
I
recommend.
finally surpassed you in One Piece. Though,
You did.
which
You
I'm-
did. He's listeners. He's
about.
further than me in One Piece. He is.
I'm
We're
more-
both still on
more of a
Dressrosa.
fan, really.
He's more of a fan. I hate One Piece.
What is the current state of affairs?
Nevada.
I think then that our God King Atlas might be having some stuck a claim in another kingdom, but that kingdom is fighting back more aggressively than originally thought. So just kind of like border conflicts.
Okay. Expand.
Is Atlas holding up? He's holding up the sky, right?
Yes. Yeah.
We could. Maybe we could have like anarchists that just want the world to end.
Oh, so
So they-
cults.
So they want to find and kill Atlas, so that we get crushed by the sky.
Okay. Maybe like a culty king. Because I think we can have a cult be like a kingdom that is
Like a fanatical
Yeah.
kingdom.
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
What would you even call this cult?
We're gonna call them.
Cult of the Broken Sky.
Oh,
Sure, dude,
fucking
that's
cool.
great.
That's better.
Okay.
I was just gonna say World's End. That shit's sick though. Broken Sky. If I ever open up like a tea place or a coffee shop, I'm gonna call it World's End. I feel like that's trademarked.
Have
one
you
steal
seen
that from me.
Have you seen the movie
World's End?
At World's End?
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Or-
No, I have not seen the movie, but I
Oh shit! Hold on. No, I have to.
I'm
I have to
glitching everyone
internet
out.
really
I'm glitching
quick.
everyone out.
Fuck. What is this main guy's name?
At World's End.
Simon Pegg.
I like Simon Pegg. That sold it for me. He's the dad in the boys.
This
The World's End. Okay. So basically, with that one, it starts off as a bar crawl, and basically
I
the
have heard of
idea
this.
they are hopping through bars, and the last bar along is the World's End.
Okay.
But along the way, there's fucking aliens or some shit.
Really?
So-
is it
Okay.
aliens or is it demons?
It might be demons.
Some.
There's some outside force that is like fucking shit up. So they're just going for a bar crawl, and I think Simon Pegg's character is like, make it to the end, even though everything's fucked.
Yeah.
That's based. That's so based of him.
Yeah, but tea
Okay.
shop.
World's End Coffee Shop.
So, what has the dragon done that's evil?
Oh, I wrote Broken Sky there. I wrote I'm inting. Oh my god.
It's okay. He can be the like leader of the cult.
No, he
or... Oh, you want him to
Maybe he can.
be something completely
Maybe he can.
separate?
We don't need that. I just said that. I was just yapping.
I think it would be more interesting if the dragon is just a side
Its own
aspect.
thing.
Its own thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what?
Which
So-
then would be why us three idiots end up going to slay this dragon, is because they're busy with like the.
Oh, because Atlas and the proper forces are busy with the fanatics.
okay.
Yeah.
That makes
Alright.
sense. Dude, we should just write a world. What kind
No,
of
we
popping off?
should. This is
good.
So what has the dragon done? Took all of our left shoes.
It could just be something as simple as like burning farms, or if we want to get into like different dragon variants, we could have like a necro dragon that's been
Raising the dead.
raising the dead or something.
Not raising
Here's
like
your
a
bottle.
baby.
I did it.
Wild.
I did like the cradling gesture.
Yep.
Because they said raising the dead.
Ah.
Fuck, I had something. I made that dumbass joke. Oh, what's your favorite dragon archetype?
Mine,
For example, I like drakes, which are 4 legs, no wings.
Okay.
There's also we can ask this on another episode if people don't know, because there's like a lot of different types of dragons.
I
Yeah.
really like the Asian dragons.
The long-
Yeah, the long ones, Gyarados looking ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mushu.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
I'm gonna say wyverns
Okay.
are
Where their wings
pretty
are
high
there.
up there
Yeah.
for me. Where
Okay.
the wings are the arms, because I just like the movement that they usually have, where like
Yeah.
it's the wider stance and
That's fair.
everything.
Yep.
But what I really like is the dragons that can like turn themselves human,
Mm-hmm.
but they have like a glaring feature
Mhm.
that is very obviously not human.
Okay. So our guy can do that. 100%.
Ooh, let's have our guy be able
Yep.
to do that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I do love that
For
trope as well.
Ooh, okay,
critical role, the first campaign they had it so like this king
Mhm.
was a metallic dragon, and the whites of his eye was actually just solid black, and then it was like a bronze kind of colored
Ooh,
iris.
cool. Okay. How about this dragon is an arms dealer and he is giving weapons to this cult.
Ooh,
Mm.
gathering wealth in a different way.
Yeah.
But that does tie it in with the cult issue, I think.
Uh-huh.
Is that okay? Because we talked about making them separate. I don't know
Oh,
if we
yeah.
want to. I'm fine with it either way. I just want to make sure we're aligned in what we want to do.
I mean, he's helping in the gunpowder production. We could just tie it all together.
Mhm. We, at the end of the day, we find out we are the gunpowder for the musket of our dreams.
Dude,
Hold on to that.
we're getting deep. Here we go.
I think we could just always leave it as arms dealer,
Okay.
and
Damn.
it doesn't have to be exclusive to anything.
Okay, just
Okay.
arms dealer.
Yeah,
What
so
about
it
legs?
could be how many legs?
I almost made a similar joke.
Yeah, okay. Nope, just now. Just now. Just this very moment. Because we were literally talking about dragons, the amount
We
of
were,
legs
the
that they
number
were.
of legs, No, you're good.
Drake's Ursic.
Yeah, I think Drake.
No,
that what we wanna do?
No, I was just saying that because I was thinking about legs again.
Okay.
Whatever.
What is Drake with wings?
Dragon.
Yeah, Drake with wings is a dragon.
Man.
It's like a normal stereotypical like default
Okay.
dragon.
Okay.
If you took a default dragon from fantasy and ripped their wings off, you have a Drake.
Okay, gotcha. I need to get into my dragon lore, Drake lore, apparently. Huh.
I'll find there's this. I saw a TikTok video a while ago that breaks it down pretty well. It's just she just talks through like a bunch of different common types of dragons.
Cool.
If I can find it, I'll send it
Okay.
to you.
Sweet, yeah. We're gonna be swapping lots of videos today.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So arms dealer
Okay.
is our dragon is an arms dealer who is usually in human form or usually in dragon form. Because when we hunt him down, what does he stay at? Is my question. Are we rolling to like an underground market? Or are we going to like a dragon's den?
Why don't we just
Arms dealer
Wait and
dragon.
see.
Okay.
Okay.
Arms dealer. How many legs? Who are we on?
But no, how many legs does this dragon have?
Oh. I think we'll just for this.
How many legs?
Yeah, is this like a default dragon? I have to know what to picture now that we've talked about it.
Okay, how about a default black dragon complete with like more acidic kind of breath?
Okay.
Or
All
like
right.
maybe green fire?
And
I
we
like
can
the idea of
tell
green
it's
fire.
him by his bad breath. It always smells like sulfur.
Has he got yellow eyes?
Maybe. I've been watching Supernatural, okay? It happens.
So normal default fantasy black dragon.
I think so.
Okay.
Blagan.
Sounds good.
That sounds weird. Cool.
All right.
Arms dealer. Acid breath.
4 legs.
Is it me?
Mhm.
Our last question for the world. How fare the people of the land? They're chilling.
Paranoid was
Pretty
my
fair.
pitch.
Pretty fair. Paranoid about the looming
Mm,
fanatics and the world's end.
yeah.
Okay.
I think that could be fun.
Yeah. Everyone's buying toilet paper.
Yeah. They're actually getting in fistfights over toilet paper.
Which is crazy because when the sky drops, what are you going to do? Wipe your ass? Stop buying all the toilet paper. Every time
And
anything happens.
You know for a fact that this arms dealer dragon is buying up all the baby formula and is like hiking up the
That's
prices.
fucked.
Dude.
I hate this guy.
Yeah, he's the worst.
Diapers too, man. In this economy.
Does paranoid work for everybody?
Works for me.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so we have
I think
yeah.
I think how fair. Also, I think that also means like, how are the people? Like, are they poor because they have to fund the war? Are they like chilling? Like, do they have enough to make ends meet? Or are people like homeless? Like,
I mean, I guess it all comes back to what do we think of our God King?
I like to think people like have at least just enough to get by, and people are scared of losing that once like the war really kicks off.
Yeah. I
Okay.
like that.
So
They fare. They fare? Question mark.
Yeah. They fair.
they fair?
Yeah. They fare for now. TM.
Okay.
That seems fair.
Fair for now.
TM.
TM. Tiny T, tiny M.
TM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little circle around it.
Mhm.
No, yeah, you're No, you don't normally see that when
Yeah, you don't have to.
the C copyright has this.
Copyright.
Copyright.
Circle.
Yeah. Not closed captioning.
Do I know the difference? No, not really. Anyways, let's move on.
Set up.
So, let's go for creating our journal. So, the piece of paper is our journal. So we need to think of a name, an archetype, and something you are known for. So this could, the name, quite literally anything. The archetype, like Wesley, you mentioned, the swordsman would be a possible archetype for you, or like the drunkard is an example in the book, or I don't know, the ruffian, the other ones.
Yeah.
I am going to be Griswold Maine. I am an alchemist
Okay.
that is obsessed with control. He has to control his world. He got into alchemy so he could understand the minutia of the world around him and protect himself from it.
You would love that game you bought for me. That character would fit in so well.
Yeah?
And that character you just described
Okay, all
would
right.
fit, and there's like an alchemist class in that game. We're talking about Knights of the Round Academy. Holy fuck. That would be so I'm so excited to play that. Spoiler warnings for the future when we eventually play that game on podcast.
Dude, yeah, I'll just take this character sheet.
Yeah, literally hold on to that.
Translate it over to that.
Yeah, make it an anime character.
Sounds good.
Ooh. What do you guys think about the archetype, the scapegoat?
Elaborate.
Because I like the idea that this guy might have been like part of like the king guard or something, but the king needed a scapegoat for some kind of negative consequence. Like it could have been like, oh shit, I'm trying to think. It could have been like an assassination attempt. But instead of trying to say that the cult has enough power to get that far into the keep, it's better to say that one of the guard went crazy.
And you're that guard?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so now you're doing this like more underground work because you can't be a guard anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was exiled, but people still hate me and don't understand exactly why I'm dead, but they're not going to like ask too many questions about it.
Okay. All right.
That's an idea.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that sounds good to me. It's your character. You don't need.
Yeah, I know, but I need to gauge reactions. So
I'm sorry. I was thinking about my own. I had like a far off stare as Damien was describing his character. I was thinking about my own character concept. So I was like, I was in another plane of existence. The Fey realm. You're chilling over there. It's winter.
Oh, that would be another good archetype. The Fae.
The Fae. Whoa. This game seems fun. I think I'm gonna go for.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the scapegoat.
I don't know if this. I'm gonna describe what I'm thinking. You tell me if swordsman or mercenary makes more sense based on vibes. So what I'm thinking for my character is that he comes from a family of mercenaries.
Okay.
But he always took marks that he felt like at least had a decent chance of fighting back. Just so he could have like his own moral like okayness with it, right?
Yeah.
Like so like he's not gonna kill like women or children type deal, right?
Okay.
But with the invention of gunpowder, his family's got a hold in like a few like I don't know prototype muskets or whatever.
Okay.
And now he feels like there's no honor in that kind of work, so he kind of like breaks off from his family to start like doing like become a sellsword on his own. I think that's why I'll go with sellsword.
Okay. I like that.
And because of that, he doesn't use his last name because he don't want to be tied to that family anymore. So he just goes by his first name, which I haven't decided yet.
Okay. I like that.
Sellsword. I just used the name Leon for what? I feel like I just used that name. Leon Kennedy. Because you said that's a cool name. No, I think we were just talking. I don't think I actually used it.
So once you have a name and an archetype, write down what you were known for. I think assassination of the king is a little bit too much, but maybe a prince assassination. Still the same everything else, but
Okay. Sorry, I'm stuck on name. But I think what I'm known for, I think I have a reputation as a sellsword, so people just assume I'm kind of like they assume I'm like ruthless or like quick to violence, even though that's not the case. But people treat me like I'm gonna be violent. Be violent.
Okay. So I want my guy. He's known for reverse engineering things that we capture from the enemy. And then he will like break down whatever it is. He might not be able to put it back together, but he can tell you how it worked.
okay.
Yeah.
The next thing for us is to come up with a flaw.
I picked Lloyd.
So the flaw and a problem that stems from it. So the flaw doesn't have to be related to what you're known for, but
I already touched on mine. My guy's going to be a control freak. He doesn't trust that anyone else can do their job. And so he is constantly like double checking and, make sure you brought this type thing that gets irritating. And yeah. And he doesn't like that he does it either. But
I do be like that.
yeah.
I think my guy, Beerus, is known for bouts of anger.
Ooh, okay.
Which probably meant when it came time for there to be a scapegoat, everyone was just like, that guy.
It was him.
Ooh, I just read the next column. I don't think we were supposed to tell each other our flaws, but that's okay.
Oh, oops.
I won't tell mine, but I
You
still need to
did
think
not.
of it.
You didn't hear anything.
I have no
about me.
idea. But give me a second, because I'm thinking.
And then a problem that stems from the flaw.
Am I just making myself? I feel like for the past few games, I've just made
That
similar
happens.
characters.
I get that.
Next game we play, I will be Spider Queen that loves weaving stories.
I will say for this
You
one,
love weaving stories.
Is that just me still? Am I a Spider Queen? We will say what?
for this one, it might be
Oh, it might be good to do that.
good to have it be a little bit more about you. just so that then we can get, deep in the weeds of our feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listeners, if I cry, don't clip it. This is a good track. Damien wrote this song, by the way. He didn't. That'd be cool, though. We should start making music. Heard this music. Then we don't have to worry about copyright when we play it in the background of our podcast.
There we go.
Roleplay Records. Reject Records.
Reject Records.
There we go. Got a whole recording studio now.
Can't wait for the album cover to drop. Okay. Flaw, problem that stems from it.
Okay. So we have written those things down. So do note that it is rude to read someone else's journal.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Keep your eyes over there.
Okay, so
I can't read.
Now into the getting to know each other. Our characters have all heard of each other in some fashion. Maybe you know each other casually, or perhaps simply know each other by reputation. Take turns telling the other players your name, your archetype, and what you're known for. So, hello, I am Beerus the Exile.
How do you spell that, Beerus?
Beerus.
Yep.
Very good. Very good.
I am known for an attempted assassination of the prince.
I am Griswold Main, alchemist extraordinaire, and I am known for reverse engineering, breaking things down into their smallest pieces and understanding them completely.
And I'm Lloyd. I'm a sellsword. There's not really much to elaborate on that. I'm known for being a sword for hire.
Is that Lloyd with 2 L's?
Yes.
So it's more of a Lloyd.
That's how you spell Lloyd.
That's how
Yeah,
I do like that name a lot.
Okay. So there is a brief rules summary, and then we can start playing.
Cool.
So we have already kind of walked through the rules off mic. I think it's D6
And
based
just a D6.
and just a D6.
Okay.
So when we are going through, I'll get through just the kind of like synopsis. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to take turns coming up with an obstacle. Now, keep in mind, this isn't the obstacle for the day. This is one of but many obstacles that we are going to engage in. These obstacles are whatever the hell we think of. Any other player is able to just add in little details as we go. But the person to our right will be the one to try and overcome the obstacle. They will roll a d6. 4, 5, and 6, you get a good consequence. 1, 2, and 3, you get a bad consequence. Now, keep in mind, no matter what you roll, you overcome the obstacle. But it just depends on what the outcome is of overcoming the obstacle.
Okay.
Once we get through, I believe it is... Yeah, so we'll cross off consequences as we go along so we can't get the same one again.
I see.
And once we... Yeah, we overcome the obstacle. We can make dialogue if we want. There's journaling and everything. Yeah, and after each scene is concluded, so each obstacle we overcome, and consequences handed out, once we have picked the last consequence on either the good list or the bad list, there's 4 on each.
Okay.
Then it is time to make camp, and we have a list of questions that we'll go through at camp. This is all just kind of about more how our characters feel, rather than, blasting off fireballs and crazy shit like that. So, to start us off, you are traveling to the dragon's lair. The obstacles you face are the dangers of the journey. Are bandits waylaying you? Does your guide lead you astray? Are the paths going in circles? We are learning who you are and why you care. The first day ends with the group arriving at the dragon's lair. I'll go ahead and go first to present the obstacle.
Okay.
As we are making our way, leaving the last known village that's in close proximity to where this dragon's lair is supposed to be, we are walking through a lightly forested path. The trees are sparse enough that you can see pretty well past some of them, but there's still some shrubbery in the way. We remember hearing that there are some random patrols of bandits within the area. Whether they are hired men or they are just trying to prey upon the good folk of the land, we're not sure. And as you move your way along, you end up seeing what looks to be a broken down cart in the middle of the road before movement from the bushes.
And then we roll it?
And then roll. Keep in mind, as we're describing and going through everything, feel free to add details however you'd like.
Nice.
That was a good one.
That was solid.
And then I roll, because I'm on your right.
Yes.
I'm rolling. 4.
4. That is a good consequence. I'll go ahead and let you choose, and if you want to narrate perhaps how you overcome this obstacle. At this point, I imagine.
And then he keeps going until something happens, and then I roll.
No, because it moves to the player to your left.
So what's going on is I say the obstacle, he rolls once to overcome that obstacle, and then we move. And you, Joseph, will be presenting the next obstacle.
To the left. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and keep in mind, whatever one Wesley chooses, we are crossing off on all of our sheets.
Okay, cool.
So I'm going to choose someone else's unscathed, thanks to you. And do we want to do it where the person who rolls finishes that scenario?
Sure.
Or I guess we can just play by ear.
Yeah, we just play it by ear. It's very rules light in this aspect. We can do as much role play or as little as we want. And I do want to, again, mention, please, everybody add details as we see fit.
So someone else is unscathed thanks to you. So I imagine we approach this cart. We see it broken down. We hear moving from the bushes. And what we see is 2 traveling merchants running from a group of bandits. And then immediately Lloyd puts himself between them and kind of brandishes his sword. Brandishes his sword. And just not yells, but with a commanding voice says, basically tell them to leave these people alone. And
why should we?
Because if you don't, you'll be dealing with us. And he kind of gestures the whole group instead of just himself.
They, take a couple steps back, wary of you. That's fine. We'll get the next one. And they start running off.
Nice. Povers. And then we, I think I take a second to just make sure the merchants are okay, that they're they have enough rations to get to wherever they're going. And then I guess we continue on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
I think they thank us. They probably mention that the cart isn't even theirs, that it's just a decoy.
Yeah, the real cart. The friends
we made along the way. Cool. Moving on.
Okay.
And anything and everything.
So, we're making our way deeper into the forest, and it's getting darker and darker, and we start to smell this sulfuric smell.
Weird.
Wild. And there's little bubbles of acid occasionally popping from the little puddles in the swampland nearby. And we come across a fork in the road. It looks like the way that we were supposed to be going is covered in, it's been flooded, right? So it's been covered in this acidic, nasty smelling stuff. And we have the option to take a longer, rockier way around.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and roll,
Okay?
and then I'll narrate from there.
Okay.
I'm going to reveal a hidden skill, as I got a good consequence here. We get to this fork in the road. Beerus kind of like holds up his hand. Hold. The acid's in the way, but I've traveled these routes before. If we go just maybe a couple minutes down this path, we will be able to cut across quite easily, only losing 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wonderful.
Lead the way.
It's barely an inconvenience.
Yeah, and managed to navigate through. There's like a game trail leading from one of the main beaten paths to the other.
Perfect.
And we go right past it. We have to step over like a puddle or two,
Yeah.
but it's nothing
We
compared
got good
to
boots.
Yeah.
No wet socks.
Right.
Cool. So this is hard. I think that shortly after we exit that game trail that we took to not have to take a longer route and also not take the crappy route, we continue to travel, and then first, after traveling for like, I don't know, another 30-40 minutes, Lloyd begins, and he goes, doesn't this particular patch we're walking through seem kind of familiar? Whatever, it must just be in my head. And then as we continue to travel, we do notice that like we're almost in like it feels like the path is just kind of repeating. And it's a little unclear if we're like lost or if we're like being influenced by something of like a more mystical nature. But we're kind of stuck in a loop, it feels like. I'm not looking.
And then I remember something important inside of my pack. We've had a map all along. Guys, it was just under here, under some... And you hear the, like, default clanking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My leg!
Oh, there it is. And I pull out a beaten up map. There's a couple of, like, holes in it. Coffee stain, you know. I've been...
Yeah, the classic.
I was working on it earlier, and I guess I forgot I had it in there. So...
It would have been very helpful back there.
yeah, you know...
Better late than never, I
Yeah,
suppose.
we've got it now.
Which consequence?
That was remember why something is important to you.
Because we hate getting lost.
Because we hate getting lost.
Yeah. We've had exclusively good
Why would you say that, bro? Now we're about to... Now it's gonna...
Yeah, now
We
it's
got
just
3 of the 4
nothing
good
but-
ones, and now it's gonna get all 4 of the bad
I
ones.
did it on purpose.
Yeah, spiciness. So you now narrate, right? Because you're on
Yeah.
my left. Yeah.
We make it through this whole, like, kind of going around in circles area. And it is at this point that we see a group of hunters that are wandering through here. And they seem to be arguing over a recent kill. You see between them is the carcass of a deer that has 2 arrows in it and what seems to be a large bloody hole. As you approach, you see that one of these hunters has a bow strung along their back with a quiver, while the other one is currently carrying a pretty long metal cylinder with a wooden stock attached to it. They are starting to get, they're starting to push at one another and get very loud and vocal.
This is weird. So I got a good consequence. Our last good consequence is remember a triumph from your past. I'm trying to tie that into this.
Yeah, that is a weird one.
Oh, I got it. So I'm gonna approach the arguing duo and say, do you mind if we roleplay this out? You don't care, right?
No,
That's
absolutely.
Your shit.
Joseph, do you want to be the bow or the musket?
I'm the bow.
Okay.
So,
This is my kill fair and square.
I hit it with that first arrow. Miles
I didn't
back
see you
there.
fell it, though.
It was on its way down. You practically shot it on the ground.
gentlemen, forgive the interruption. I couldn't help but overhear your argument as I was traveling through these woods, and I just
Yes, and as you can tell, he is just as inefficient.
I killed the beast.
Yeah.
You need to get with the times.
You destroyed half of the meat on it as well.
But I felled it in just one shot.
What
You had two? It would have taken two more at
It
least.
was on its way down.
So my question to you both is this your gentleman's first kill? Because the way you're bickering makes it feel like this is a rare occurrence for you both.
In this area, yeah.
Damn.
I mean,
Yeah, times are hard with the war and all.
yeah. Well, he said,
Damien just pointed at Joseph and was like, yeah. I'm sure that you're both more than capable of finding more game and hunting it. Surely a petty squabble like this is a waste of both of your time, while there's plenty of game out there getting away.
but this is mine.
Definitely a
You
waste
can
of
go
time.
ahead and grab your own then.
No. It still has my arrows in it. I don't see your bullet anywhere around here.
Oh, it's in there.
No.
Much deeper and much more effective than your little sticks.
I'm not seeing anything there.
This is hard. I don't know how to get you guys to stop.
I don't know either.
Yeah. Stop.
Oh, might I add a detail
Pop
or
off,
provide
pop off.
advice?
Mm-hmm.
I guess also you guys are also there. So like
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, like your characters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps we could have them just split it down the middle.
Or they could roll for it.
Or do you gamble?
Yes. Yeah, I've got some knuckle bones right here. And he finds them a lot faster than
That's crazy.
than the map.
You gentlemen fancy a game of chance?
Game of
Loser has to
chance.
hunt. Loser has to hunt again.
Well, my luck's been good thus far.
Oh. The gods frown upon your disgusting piece of steel there, so I think luck will be on my side. And we roll for it.
Let's actually roll for it.
Yeah, here we go.
2.
High-
5.
It seems
Oh,
Bloody dice are rigged, I swear. Come on, we can go catch
Atlas
ourselves
shines
something
upon
else.
me.
and the triumph that I'm remembering that this interaction brings back is I remember when Lloyd remembers when he was younger and he was like becoming like decently skilled with the sword and learning the track. He got challenged by a friend of his about who could hunt the most rabbits in a day, and so he just got really used to like hunting, like tracking rabbits, finding out where they're hiding and stuff like that. And he just remembers that he won by like 3 rabbits, and he was really like, I'm pogging out of my mind. So that's it, rabbit hunting.
Nice.
Yeah.
So at this point, we have hit all of our good consequences, and now we proceed to making camp.
We're at camp.
Yeah. So when we make camp, we're all sitting around the campfire after a long day. We take turns asking each other questions. When it's your turn first, add a detail about the scene, and then ask one of the questions from the camp. It says to the player to your left. I think we can just
go.
for it.
Riff it.
If you wouldn't mind, I will set the scene as we get to the large, ominous maw of what looks to be almost a skull-shaped rocky outcropping that
Classic.
opens into basically like the skull's throat, leading further into the cave. And it's weird because there's even jagged, almost teeth-looking things surrounding where this skull's jaw line would be. So who wants to
Neat.
go first?
You go first
Me?
because you added the detail. You
Oh, I
added
did add
detail,
the
and then
detail.
you
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Lloyd, why are you here? Don't you have more other work? Something that actually pays well?
Yeah. You're right. It is definitely not financially lucrative for me to be here. But if I'm being honest, I just want to see if I can. I feel like the times are changing, and a lot of people are questioning swordsmen in general. And I've always wanted to be the best swordsman that I could, and so I figured what better way to prove my skills to myself than slaying a dragon. I don't know many folk that have done that. What about you?
Just doing good where I can. Maybe a little bout of redemption.
Well, redemption. What did you do?
Well, known as the exile for a reason.
Above table question. Do we know? We know you're like we know
We
that
know
you were,
what we are known for.
and you're known for the failed execution, the
An
failed
attempted assassination of a prince.
Okay, go.
Griswold?
So is this some sort of like community service, or like some way to clear your name? Like, why are you even here?
Beerus just kind of stares at the fire, pokes it with a stick a couple times.
Oof.
Yeah, something like that.
What about you, Griswold? You're something of an alchemist, right?
Yes.
What brings you to something as dangerous as this?
Well, I am here to identify the weapons once we find them, and try and find who is manufacturing them. The finer details of the machinery has escaped other alchemists.
Now we move on to whoever wants to add another detail and ask a question.
So, next detail. I am getting ready for camp, and I break out some sausages.
That made me happy in real life. I love sausages.
Dude, yeah. And I start fashioning a little stick to cook mine on. Would you fellas like? I have enough for all of us.
Don't
Yeah,
twist my
absolutely.
arm, Griswold. I'll have some.
All right, and I know you'll do the same for me if you know it ever comes to it. Man, this is something that I eat a lot back home. What do you miss from back home?
A dear friend of mine, he's kind of like, we kind of grew up as close as brothers. He was a sellsword, much like he grew up to be a sellsword like myself, and we always practiced together, and we would go on different jobs and come back and tell each other of our most recent accomplishments or jobs or just things we picked up. I look forward to seeing him again and exchanging stories again.
Well, I was working for, Atlas. Every day during our little morning formation, the the mates and I would try and make each other laugh in just the weirdest ways. Once someone snuck a rat in my shoe, trying to get me to move.
That's a good one.
That would get me to move, surely.
Yeah, it was good times.
Well, did you move?
There's a rat in my shoe. Of course I fucking moved.
Oh man, did you get in trouble? What happened there?
Well, yeah, of course, stern talking to her from Captain, but you know, it's all in good fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't break too much that time.
Yeah.
I imagine there is a stream, like I imagine that since we're so close to the gaping maw of this cave, it fucks with the surroundings, and so there are like pools of like. There are areas where like the vegetation and the water and stuff looks normal, and there are areas where it looks like withered or like it just like grows weird. Like there's like cracks in trees where like there's like green acidic liquid seeping out. And Lloyd just starts trying to look for like any like clean water source just so he can kind of like top up because he's kind of anxious about that kind of stuff and he likes having plenty of that moist.
I get it. That sploosh.
So you never know when you can refill, right? So there's like different areas of like fresh water, not fresh water, but like clean water and like corrupt vegetation versus clean vegetation and corrupt water. I don't know why he grouped them like that. But Lloyd just goes around kind of like on one hand kind of just like looking around and like observing his surroundings, and on the other hand trying to like look for clean water sources to refill the water skins. I imagine he takes that just everyone's age, just starts looking. Anyone who's like fine with it, he just starts looking for
Thank you.
clean sources of water. And then when he returns, he starts like kind of like he grabs a stick and just starts like poking at the fire and wondering like, do you guys think like we'll do this? How far do you think we'll actually make it? There has to be a chance that we don't come back from this.
More than likely, we'll die, but
Oh, I did not sign up for this thinking that. No, we'll be fine. We've got this all handled. We'll be just fine. We'll be fine.
I don't know. I wouldn't be so confident.
Well, you got to have that positive can-do attitude. Because it's better that way if we all are able to pull our weight.
Are you saying that I can't pull my weight?
I'm
Are you really trying to say that I can't? And he like slams his fucking fist on his leg. That I can't pull my weight.
Dude, take a breath. Relax, man.
I am relaxed. He's standing at this point.
Yeah. Very clearly not relaxed. Okay, man.
Alrighty.
Yeah, but I agree. I think we should have a hopeful outlook, but be prepared for the worst.
Yeah. How did you all even get this assignment? I thought this was something specifically given to people of the court.
Well,
But then
I've got. Let's say it's my way of cleansing the name.
okay, all right.
Something. Maybe it's just I'm trying to show that I'm still worth something.
I got lucky. I just overheard some other knights.
Sure.
Knights.
The Vanguard?
Vanguard?
We can.
Yeah, whatever.
What name? No, let's get into this.
Yeah.
What name are we calling this group that like guards like the.
Oh no, that would have made sense. Oh, but that would have been so cool.
What?
Oh no. Because I was thinking like, because we're all about Alice and holding up the sky, and I was like, oh, like Valkyries fly from the sky. It would be sick if we had like and I'm sure that like we can like play it out to be that there is a like subsection of the military that are called the Valkyries, or just like women knights or whatever. As far as the military as a whole, I don't know. But I was just saying that would be fucking sick.
That would be wild. The only thing that's coming to my mind is like the pillars. Like
That sounds like an Elite Four type of group.
it does, yeah. So probably not for like the lesser peons.
Mhm.
Oh shit. Okay. I don't know. Caretakers. Gestapo.
The Gestapo.
Oh no.
I don't know. I mean, we could just default to like
The
guard
knights.
or
The guard,
knights.
TM.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just do that for now. But
We'll sit on it.
Yeah, let it marinate. Yeah, I overheard 2 knights talking about this dragon and that needs to be taken care of. And I was lucky enough to glean enough from the conversation to be able to guess its general location. And here I am.
Ah.
And what about you?
Well, this is a royal assignment straight from Atlas himself.
You were given this job
Yes.
by Alice?
Yes.
Well, like through one of his advisors, but
Yeah. But it came from him. Yeah.
Nico's
and
real.
with that, I believe
We journal.
we journal. So in your journal, write down at least one observation from the conversations.
Ooh,
You
okay.
can add more, of course, if you'd like. Also, after overcoming an obstacle, you're supposed to write down what happened in a few short sentences.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I know we're not done yet. I like this game. It's one of those that I'm pre-reviewing it. I'm just gonna wait until we're done. I wonder how common guns are, like for the people.
I mean, if someone's hunting with it,
That's what I'm saying.
it's pretty common.
Common enough.
I mean, unless you got it through nefarious means.
Wow, that was the dragon. Can
you
you
ima-
imagine,
that'd be
dude?
fucking wild.
That would be crazy.
I was literally thinking that, like, wouldn't it be wild if we met the dragon along our journey there? So given that this is all split up into 3 days, and there's 3 of us, who wants to read,
I'll read
the second day?
The second day.
Okay. Also, last time it was like the obstacles went around left, and the person to our right did it. Do we want to
Flip it.
flip it?
Sure.
Cool.
So the person on our left will roll, and we'll pass priority to the
Yeah.
right. Okay. You are exploring the depths of the dragon's dungeon. The obstacles you face are the dangers of an abandoned ruin. Do you have to squeeze through a narrow tunnel? Do you have to balance on a precarious precipice? Do you get lost in the darkness? We are learning how big your problems are and just how far you're willing to go. The second day ends when the group discovering the dragon's location in the lair. So I imagine we walk in and we get to what kind of like you described earlier, like you like enter and after a little bit it just like it's like the would-be throat, and we get to like that opening and we realize it's a lot more steep than we realized, and we don't know how far down it goes. Like we just enter, and shortly after entering, lit by the light of someone's torch or lantern, we just see hole and it just goes down for like we can't see the bottom of it.
And I imagine it's like very sulfury smelling. at
Yeah, it
this point.
smells like some of our listeners, honestly.
Oof.
You would roll, right?
Yes.
Yes. He's rolling.
Okay. So I reach into my backpack and, well, it wouldn't be in my backpack. It would be strapped to the side of it. I get out some rope
Okay.
and I find there's like a little bit of like a stalactite kind of a thing, or mite.
Is it from the ceiling or the ground?
Ground.
Might.
Mite. Because tight to the ceiling.
Yeah. T, tight ceiling. The
Yeah.
T
Oh, yeah.
hangs down. Yeah.
Okay, stalagmite.
We're fucking nerds.
Yeah.
We are.
That was
We start wrapping, or I start like tying a knot around this, but I'm fucking it up a little bit. And then I just get mad and I like punch into the fucking ground.
Jesus.
And then like as I'm staring at the blood on my knuckles, like a realization kind of dawns upon me. Because I imagine like I punch and then
And we're like, yeah, I imagine I would be like, dude, this again? Like, you really need to get a hold of yourself.
really just I don't like failure. Yeah. Griswold, how do I tie this knot? And I realize the source of my flaw.
Good.
Okay.
That's a good. I was reading some of these consequences. I was like, these are kind of crazy.
There we go. Okay, so now it's me.
Yes.
You're rolling that
Yes.
way, going this way.
Yes.
Okay. So we are descending down this rope, and as we're going down, it's smelling earthier down here, right? And the air is colder, it's a little bit more moist. And finally we make it to the bottom of this cavern. And there is about 4 inches of mud.
Ugh.
Just enough that it gets up on the top of your foot
Ah.
if you spend
Oh,
too
God.
long standing still.
I mean, we're in olden times, and I think like boots were a little bit more
Yeah.
common, but it probably still like seeps in.
Mhm.
Is it like a wet,
Like, we're
is
sloshing
it
around.
sloshing, or is it like sticky?
Ugh.
It's sticky, right? It's that stuff. It's like
Like, you kind of have to, like,
pudding consistency.
you have to, like, get extra effort to, like, pull yourself up and
yeah,
out of it.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
It's holding on just a little bit every
Mhm.
time, and yeah, if you stay too long, it starts forming over the top of the boot.
It's me. This sucks. I hate that you gave me this. Ba-da-ba-bum. Don't look. I can't even look. I'm choosing. Mud. Mud. I'm trying to think of how to deal with mud. Okay. So there we are, sloshing about in the mud, and Lori starts looking around for anything that could possibly make this easier at all. And fuck, this is hard. Hold on, I'm thinking. Oh, okay. So he realizes that he has a little bit of like just like oil and rag, what you would use to like light a torch, right?
Mhm.
And if he kind of like lets his torch hang a little low, he can like the mud hardens rather quickly. So it like doesn't, it's not like sure stepping now, but it's like it stiffens enough that you don't sink in as fast, and it
Okay.
makes it just easier to walk through. And
thank
he
you.
then shares that information with the group.
That's really smart thinking.
Thank you. And that's actually perfect, because he realizes a hidden source of motivation is he wants to like just problem solve for other people. Like he thinks like, oh, the fuck, this sucks for me. This must blow for them, right? And he wants it to not suck for them. Yeah.
Sweet. We end up moving along through this kind of chamber area, or this hallway, and we're starting to notice that there's a few different offshoots. It doesn't seem like it's getting into the labyrinthine part of this area quite yet, but you can tell that there's like some almost rooms kind of like connected to this main central hall. If we had to say it, like this would be the spine, and then it's kind of like jutting off into ribs.
Yes.
But you look into a couple of them, and they seem to just be like almost like a bunk room in one of them. And then you look into another one, and you see it's just like some random, mostly eaten bits of meat from like carcasses hanging from the ceiling. Until you get to a room where you see it's actually kind of like at the end of this hallway. It opens up into a room and it like continues on further on the other side. But as you walk in, you hear ting, 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 as you see some shorter individuals, commonly known as dwarves, that seem to be in chains and are currently making longer cylindrical tubes.
We found the means of production.
You said means of production, and I just imagined that every dwarf was really fucking meat.
They're not actually forging with hammers. They're screaming at the iron until it makes its shape.
Oh. What did the iron do to this?
It's just fucking Gordon Ramsay down there just yelling.
And the musket forms itself, and it cries. The tear forms into gunpowder.
Man,
It's hard,
yeah.
right? It takes a second.
Yeah.
Good thing we got good BGM. Background music.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what I thought that was.
Me neither. Like I saw the like question mark. And I was like, what? I was like, this is a common phrase. Maybe I'm just eternally on the internet.
BG. Okay, yeah.
Background
okay,
music, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
OST is the original soundtrack.
I know OST.
That's a real one.
There's no way. That's a real. You guys are maybe I'm just.
Although
old.
every single time that I think OST, I think
Halo.
Halo ODST, and I'm like, what a fucking great game.
That was a great game. So, we're trying to slip back behind them, right? We're trying to stealth our way through. And like, no, we need to do it this way. And I'm like trying to guide us while being quiet, and I am not quiet enough.
I do also want to, because you said they look like they were in chains.
Yeah.
I think I too would pipe up and say, like as you try and skirt us around, I would be like, where are you going? We have to free them.
Well, we got to take care of the dragon first.
That's fair, but we will come back for these dwarves.
Oh, okay, but we gotta. And
I think as an extra little wrinkle to this, maybe we kind of like skirt around, but because you're trying to like course correct us, some of the dwarves like look over towards us, and then they can like look around, and they're like pleading.
Yep. But I push us along, and I hurt someone because of my flaw.
Okay, there we go.
No,
Our first bad consequence.
Yeah.
Oof.
I do want to like mouth to the pleading dwarf in particular and say like mouth like we'll be back for you essentially.
He speaks Dwarvish.
Oh no, bro, not a language barrier. Dwarvinican, cool.
Oh, by the way, this is just a random thought that I now have.
Yeah, go for it.
I think people need to like, me also,
These people.
but language barriers in TTRPGs, especially like D&D
They're
and
interesting.
everything, it makes it more fun.
I
It
agree.
makes it
I
interesting.
agree.
I mean, fucking Bogard.
Yeah.
Like that was great.
That was sick.
Yeah. We ran into frog people, and that's all they could say.
I think
They knew like 5 words.
Yeah, it was
And that
great.
was it. And I think that part was really interesting writing from Paizo. Praise.
praise.
I
I think the trouble when it comes to getting into this really quick, I think the trouble that comes with language barriers is that, and this is like the most subjective thing I've ever said in my life. This is all personal experience. Is that players often feel like they have to overcome the language barrier with words, right? They keep trying to talk or express that same idea, like verbally a lot of the times, or they try to cast a spell so that I can speak the language or whatever.
They go and grab someone from the
they're
next
like
town over.
they're like, I
and
need
you're
to
like,
communicate
"Dude."
my thoughts out loud, and I think it's really cool because you can just kind of reach like a middle ground level of understanding without words at all, right?
Yeah.
I think it's cool to explore it when it's like that, right? Especially when there's like a mutual problem and you're like, that sucks. Like you just point at thing and then you resolve thing and then you're like, my man, and then you walk away never knowing what they said.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another reason I really want to do like a deaf character one day to explore that. Because what are you gonna do? Cast like I know all languages. I still can't hear you, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I think language barriers in games should come up more.
Yeah, I like them.
It's me,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
You just explained that scenario.
I just explained that
Okay.
one.
I don't.
Oh, and make sure you in your journal write down
Yeah, that you
your,
hate dwarves.
your thoughts on that
Did
situation.
we review the journal at the end? I did not do any of the one day stuff.
I don't know if we have to. I think I'm gonna
think we
reveal
should.
mine.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will start writing the day 2 stuff, and I will hopefully just recall all the day 1 stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. For listeners, if you end up playing this yourself, I don't think it's necessarily like needed. I think it's something cool to probably look back on. I don't know, maybe like the next time that you run this, or if you are just, want a little memento.
I think
especially if it's like helps you with mental shenanigans.
I think it might be fun too, depending on if this is something you enjoy, to like have a general idea. Like I would say like pick your name and your like archetype, and then like buy a journal and like decorate it and make a small journal for that character. That's obviously doing the extra mile, but for some people that's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might, like, if you're gonna keep it as a memento anyway, I think it would make it really nice and like feel pog.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I've done like 2 other like solo journaling games, and I like the format.
I've never done any. So I haven't done any solo TTRPGs actually. Now that I think about it,
Dude,
I really want to do the one we got at PAX, Rune, the Souls like one. Yeah.
That one does sound really good.
yeah, I did.
I do like your idea with it too, where we all play it just near each other.
Mhm.
But
I did one called Mud, a Golem memoir, Golem, and that one was kind of cool. Yeah, I might review that on the podcast sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I've written my entries.
Cool.
So, as we're exploring these rib cages, looking for either the Dragon's Lair itself or a clear path that way, we discover. This might be too similar to like what we just did. We discover what is essentially. Okay, I got it. We discover like a cavern that is open and it is dimly lit. And just by like doing the classic like cartoon like peek around the corner, we can see that there are like crates and barrels of gunpowder and or like firearms, and we would strike a blow to like the arms trade if we took a second to just like fuck this room up. But it seems to be guarded by 2 like I don't know, 2 giant snakes, right?
okay.
So we could strike a blow to the arms trade TM, but we risk an if we try to do it stealthily and get caught, or we just just rush in boldly, we risk injury from snake 1 and 2.
okay. So we see these snakes guarding the cache.
Snakes.
Snakes. I look over to Griswold and
I've always wanted to play a snake person that does that. I know it would get old so fast.
Oh, yeah.
But
not just for everyone else. I think,
But yeah,
like, for
absolutely.
you. Yeah. I look over to Griswold. What even is that?
Well, you see, that is a Titania boa.
No, I need like human words. What is that?
It's a big snake.
Okay, right. Okay, just talk to me then like I'm a fucking idiot.
They're kind of like worms, just thicker.
I know what a snake is.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
And he's getting like visibly
Yes.
fucking aggravated. To the point that then he like again hits cave wall.
Dude,
Snakes.
I had a friend break his hand that way.
Really?
Yeah. I say friend in a very loose way. But yeah, so at the edge of the basketball court, there was like a little bit of padding like on the wall, so you could do like wall sits and stuff on it without like being right up against the wall. And so he punched that and broke the bone behind his pinky.
He must have hit that shit hard.
Yeah, he was pissed. He was really into basketball that day.
I guess, but fuck,
People
man.
dumb.
Yeah. It hits the cave wall, which kind of shakes it, and the snakes end up hearing a sound and start coming over. I think Barris holds a rusted great axe.
Okay. All right. That's a very barbarian, angry man thing to hold.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Because I mean, we already have swordsmen, and I just let's keep it. No, you know what? Not a great axe. A great hammer, like a big old
like a
fucking
maul.
hammer.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Rusted though. So takes it out and just starts rushing in and tries hitting one of these snakes. Just smacks him in the side of the head, down, and is just like going way too far.
I think
with it.
If you're cool with this, I think we would pose together as they approach, and we would each get one. And so Lloyd would kill his relatively quickly, and then after that's done, we watch you just like hammering this other snake that is clearly past dead at this point.
And I had a grenade at the ready, but I was like trying to light it, and I was like, oh, never mind, they've got this.
And I like, after just beating these things into quite literal paste, I kind of like drop the hammer and like my hand's a bit shaky. Griswold, you can't be saying things that I don't get. I don't understand the big words.
You took care of things. Thank you for doing that.
It just don't do it again.
Okay, yeah, I'll try and be more monosyllabic.
You doing it again,
huh,
Griswold? I'll get like that and mad when I don't get things, and I reveal my problem to the others.
Okay, right. All right, we are going deeper into the cave, and we come across a room that is bioluminescent. There are...
I love bioluminescence.
I know, it's so cool. There are mushrooms up on the walls, and the whole room has a little bit of a glow. There's specks of dust going through the air that at first you think are fireflies, but then you realize the mushrooms are excreting some sort of spore.
Spore what?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've got.
Okay, I'm thinking based on my result. You hurt someone because of your flaw.
Yes. We've done that one, and you reveal your problems to the others.
So I think we discover that the mushrooms are secreting like that spore, and for the most part, I guess you two, no. This is hard. This is fun, but this is hard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We fall asleep because it's worth. No, because how do we wake up? Never. Hold on, I'm thinking out loud. I'm thinking in my head. I'm thinking.
I'm assuming you got bad consequence.
I did get a bad consequence. I was gonna pick that one. I was like, we did this.
I don't know. I mean, it could be like choking spores. That way, there's not like a fall asleep aspect to it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I think. Therefore, I am. I think they're hallucinogens, and we start to like bring up memory. Like we start to like see like visions of people from our youth. And it's not so strong that we can no longer discern like where we are and like what's going on. It's like we're not like transported to another world, right?
Yeah, but it's more something like,
Yeah,
Oh.
you start seeing visions, you
What-
start
what
hearing
was that?
voices,
I swear
And
I just saw
then,
my brother. I don't know.
and then
My aunt's third cousin.
Lily starts freaking out and kind of goes like super internal, because he's like constantly seeing and hearing the voice of the first person he killed, and that like he just like he suddenly seems like really crestfallen, and I think he just like he gets just really unresponsive for a while and like let somebody else like take the lead for the most part, kind of until like the spores wear off, when they eventually like when we get out of the room and we eventually make our way somewhere else. And I think that because I'm using you discover another flaw of yours. I think that flaw is he does not like reliving the memories of his earlier kills, because it was kind of before he like had like a way of operating. So a lot of those kills were like there was no moral behind it. He just kind of killed whoever. And he
So like
regrets that part of his life.
unhonorable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I go for obstacle. So we get past the shroom room, and as we progress forward, we see what looks to be some like cracks in the ground. The hallway kind of like widens quite a bit, and we're seeing like almost tile like patches of like this 5 foot by 5 foot square, let's say. Has a bunch of like cracks in the ground, but this one doesn't. But as we're like progressing along, the darkness of the cave itself seems to like encroach in, making our torches less effective. But you toss a rock on one of these cracked ground pieces, and the ground there just completely collapses, and you see a spike trap
Oh,
just
Classic.
below.
okay. Well, let me take a look at this. And he, Griswold, comes up and he starts examining the next cracked tile and poking around at it. And we'll be fine if we go across these quickly. And I will demonstrate. And he like sprints across and makes the path a lot harder for you two.
He's gone too far, maybe?
He's gone too far. Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
So probably then at that point you do sprint across.
Yeah.
And let me know if this is
Too
too
far.
much.
And I'm
Too far, maybe.
I'm also cutting myself off from others.
So I think as you're like sprinting across, maybe on like one of the last ones, you miscalculate, or it was very sensitive.
Yes.
So you couldn't get like a good step off on it. And at that point, probably the both of us have to come in and like rescue you, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Hence the going too far.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
And then we pick you up. What the hell was that, Griswold?
Well, I thought I understood the contraption.
Not
the
everything's
contrivances.
some grand design, you know?
Well,
Sometimes it's just a hole in the ground.
Well, this hole had a lid, and I was.
I can't do this, Lloyd. And I'll just gonna like walk ahead, I guess.
All right. And that is the end of the second day.
That is the end of the second day. We've hit all 4 bad consequences.
Yeah.
Look at us go.
Yeah.
Right? First day was all good.
Hey Rejects, sorry about the abrupt ending. We ended up splitting this into 2 parts, so look forward to next week.